Here's a lovely simple project requested by Sharon Stanley. Thank you, Sharon, for requesting this. I want to show you how you could make some metal textured earrings really simply using metal blanks. They're aluminium blanks that you can get for stamping. So you can get these shapes and then you can use the Whammer hammer with all the texturing heads, and also you can use stamps, steel stamps. So here you can buy these off the internet, these shapes, and I can cut them obviously with my saw, but I want to show you how you can do something really simple without having a saw, without having a studio to cut metal. You can just work at the kitchen table making these. You see, just hammering, texturing, doming, and making a hole, a drill hole with a drill punch. So very simple. Right, so these big hoops, which are as light as a feather to wear because they're aluminium, all you need to do is, you've got these two little round blanks with loops at the end. Use the texturing head. So this is a dapping head. Screw that onto the Whammer hammer and then dap or texture with a little sort of I don't know, little texture spots that dent into the surface. So go around. Make sure though that you don't go too near the edge, because if you do, you will splay the metal. You'll make the metal move out and misshape the circle or whatever shape you're texturing, because aluminium is a very soft metal. So try and stay within the circle. It's a bit like colouring in. Try and stay within the circle. Otherwise, you're going to have to use a needle file and file off the edges. Now, this is a very simple doming punch. You can buy these wooden ones, so you don't have to invest in a big steel block and steel punches. So you can just place that in the doming punch, the wooden doming punch, and just hammer all around. Don't use your Whammer for this. Use an everyday DIY hammer, or if you've got a stamping hammer, and just go round and round just to get a little bit of a domed surface on the top of the earring. It just gives it a little bit more of a two-dimensional feel. I just think it's better than just having flat, but that's up to you, of course. And then for the hoop bit, I've used the pike head end. So unscrew the dapping end, find the other texture head, and don't forget, with these Whammer heads, do make sure that you use some engine oil or grease oil or WD-40 in your hammer, because if you're using them a lot and you're finding it hard to unscrew them, you need to keep making sure that you have put a little bit of oil in there so they come in and out very easily of the Whammer end. So go all the way round. You don't have to be neat. Again, try to avoid too much at the end, but it's not so bad with this pike end because it's so narrow. And then you want to sort of cross hatch, but obviously this is pretty random. So you're turning the circle around and around, and you go sort of one direction and then the other direction to sort of get this cross hatching effect on the metal. So it's a different sort of texture to the dapping, but I quite like it because you can get these sort of rays, or it's just got a different look to it really. And don't forget, any texturing on metal does pick up the light more. You see there. And so that's the cross hatching, and obviously you do that on the two pieces to make the set. And the next thing you can do, you don't have to do this, you can finish there and link the two together with a jump ring, but you can sort of just put a bit of blackened, this is a permanent Sharpie black marker, or any permanent coloured pen, and just rub all over it. Maybe you should wear gloves. I'm not doing that, but because you'll stain your fingers, and that will go into some of those textured areas and darken them and make the texture look a little bit more pronounced. So that's an option. It's not absolutely necessary, but it's an option. I just wanted to show you as much as I could. And then obviously you will need a couple of jump rings for the earrings to link the two ends together. So all of these pieces that I'm showing you, they're, as I say, they're ready made like this for stamping. They're shapes for stamping, metal blanks for stamping. But you can equally cut them out of metal sheet, of aluminium sheet. So it's really up to you. Now the next thing we have to do is glue the post. So you can buy these ready-made ear posts, the earring posts, and you can see they've got the butterfly back and the bit you can glue on. I always give them a little bit of a scratch with anything you've got that's pointed, maybe an end of a nail or whatever you've got, a scriber like I have, just so that the glue that you're going to put on will fix better. So I'm using E6000. You can also scratch the other side of your ear base, scratch both ends, but it just gives it a key that it will really hold, the glue will really hold and won't come off, because obviously that bit of the earring gets a lot of wear and tear. So put that on, let that sit there for, you know, a good half day. I haven't got all that time, so I just want to sort of get this project done for you, but you get the idea. You get it glued, and that's the top of your earring. I mean, these earring tops are lovely anyway to hang any beaded pieces off. So, and if you wanted a clip earring, equally you could glue a clip onto the back of the earring. So once this has dried, again, that should take a little bit of time. I'm going a bit fast with this, but it's just to show you the technique. Then use a bit of wire wool or fine sandpaper, a sanding block, whatever you've got to hand that is sort of reasonably fine. Just go over the surface area and you'll find that some of the black permanent marker gets left into the recesses, which adds to, you know, sort of adds to the dimension of the piece. It just gives it a bit more depth. And then you can always use a fine sanding block over the top. You might need to use a needle file on the edges. It's really up to you how finished or how rustic you want your pieces to look, your earrings to look. But that's really the, you know, the extent of what you have to do. And then I would also, I'd definitely go around the edges and the inside edge so that the texture is darker but the edges are brighter. So you can see how that really pronounces that texturing far more than if I hadn't used the permanent black marker. And then if you've got a polishing cloth to hand, just give it a good old rub down with the polishing cloth, and that will highlight the bare metal areas and just give it, I mean, aluminium doesn't come up with the most, you know, beautiful shine compared to sterling silver, but it does at least get a bit more shiny. And the wonderful thing about aluminium really is the fact that it doesn't tarnish. So it really stays like that. So get your jump ring, that's the next thing to do, and you're going to link everything together. So you link into one end, straight into the other, and it's a pretty quick make, especially if you are using these blank metals. And these blanks for stamping come in brass, so that's a gold colour. They come in copper as well, and obviously they come in silver. So there you have it, very quick make. And here's another quick, just to show you a bit of stamping as well. You could make this style again using two blanks. So I'm going to be using the pike end again to get started, because I'm going to go all the way round. So any of these shapes, basically, use any of the shapes that you have to hand or you can purchase from a bead shop or the internet. So I'm just going to go round with all around the edge to make these rays. This time I'm not cross hatching, I'm just going around and around to make a sort of ray effect on the outside of the piece. So I'm just very slowly moving the piece around as I keep the hammer really in the same place. So I said don't go too near the edge, but this particular texture head is fine near the end because it is so thin. It's the dapping head I wouldn't go too near the edge. So there you can see it's hammered all the way around the edge. Now I can show you the other texturing head again, the dapping one. So let's give it a bit more texturing, and that removes the ray lines coming on the inside. It means you don't see where they start or finish. So again, just slowly turn it round as you go. I mean, what's so nice about texturing is it doesn't have to be too accurate. You want this rustic look, you want this sort of tribal look, you want this bohemian look. So you don't have to be too careful, and which is why this is a quick make, because and then you could use maybe a stamp. I've got a stamp here, so for that you will need your brass head. And again, the reason I use a brass head for stamping is because it absorbs the punch, the stamping punch much more, so you get a crisper design in your metal. And don't worry that it gets scuffed. The end will get scuffed of your hammer, and that's just a bit of a mess, but it just gives you an idea of, having a bit of fun with these punches. So here I've got another punch as well. Let's do a few more sort of design marks on the metal. I mean, what's fun about the punches is they don't just come with letters and numbers. They come with, designs as well. And that makes your jewellery much more original. So, the textures obviously are like other hammers, but these punches give something very original. Now I'm going to drill a hole right at the top because I want to hang it off my ear post. So I'm just making a little mark where I want to drill the hole, and it means that I'm going to use this punch. In fact, do you see this hole punch? So you grip it and push it in, and that makes a quick little drill hole with the punch. So that's ready to go. That's on the other side, and that's where I can add my ear wire. So we're nearly there, and we'll give it a little bit more texture because I think it's a bit flat. So I'm just going to add that. I just love this look, this dapping look. It picks up the light beautifully, and for earrings, when they're moving and you're wearing them, you want something like that gives a bit of sparkle. The light reflects off them. So for this sort of thing, it's perfect. And the other thing that's so good is the fact that aluminium is so light, so you can make really big dangly earrings and really not feel like you're wearing anything. They're so light. So again, colour them in with a Sharpie, black Sharpie, to bring out the texture marks, and then buff them up, and hey presto, you've got the other earring. So just have fun experimenting with the texturing heads of the Whammer, and using these blanks and just doing your own designs. So thank you, Sharon. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and that you can have fun making your own versions.